I've been a big fan for a long time, and we've listened to Fighter and the Kid. Big inspiration for us. You guys are like the most honest podcast we've heard out there. And I was just like, yeah. And I just want you to go through this and like what happened and, you know, what that looks like now.
You mean Fighter and the Kid?
Yeah, Fighter and the Kid.
We literally used to, when we started the show 5 years ago, Fighter and the Kid was one of our inspirations. The chemistry and the banter and the way you guys put it together.
Well, what was so hard is like, so Brennan and I are still very close. We talk every day. And what was so hard was when you get canceled, when somebody just makes up lies about you, you can't do anything about it anymore. And you have to just, you know, I went on the offensive, and I was never going to be quiet about it because it's just, it was just insane. So I went on the offensive and I said, I'm not going away like everybody else. Fuck this, because I know who I am, and so does everybody else I know. And so, but what happens is with cancel culture, corporations, your sponsors go, we can't. Right now, we just don't want to. We're afraid.
Yeah, because you had an allegation, right?
Yeah,
There was no evidence, no nothing. Just someone said something.
21 years old.
21 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And what was the first thing that happened when you? How did you know? Oh shit!
I think it was like 8 hours before that. My lawyer called me and said, they're writing a story, and you know, you just hear that all you hear is that there are allegations. And when I read them, I went, this is stuff they said I said. You got to remember that these two women said I said something. It wasn't even nothing physical. It was what I said. And then a woman from 1999 had an allegation, and I was like, and the first thing I read, I went, who? I go, that's not possible. It made no sense. But you don't know the detailed story they're going to tell. You don't know any of that. If that was the case, I could have mounted an attack. I could have been like, this is fucking crazy. But all you can do when somebody does that, and you have an activist who's a journalist, because these people are activists, they're not journalists.
Right.
All you can do, and they know who you are. You're the enemy. I speak too much. I talk too much. And people know my politics. I'm not even, you can't even call me right wing. I'm just a guy who believes in freedom and individual responsibility and those things. I'm fucking socially liberal as fuck. But it doesn't matter. I was lumped in with a group of people who were considered problematic. That's what happens. And I was told that. I was told to shut up by people.
Were you told that beforehand?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, because I was told by some pretty smart, intelligent, powerful people.
From the stuff that you would talk about on Fighter?
Sure, and on Rogan and stuff like that. And I was like,
really?
Fuck off. I got nothing. I'm got nothing to hide. I've been a good guy my whole life.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. Whatever the case, we can trace that back to Chris D'Elia and I had a show on Netflix. So you get lumped in with all this stuff. What happens is my podcast, after 7 years that I built, 7 years, the sponsors go, we can't. Your agent calls you and says, nobody will sponsor right now.
Wow, like that.
And so my fucking brother.
Like all of them?
All of them. My brother, because everybody's got dirt. Everybody's terrified. Well, I'll explain what it is. It's like McCarthyism. But my brother, who I built a podcast for 7 years, we had to walk away. I had to protect him. I had to get away because otherwise his sponsors would jump.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so that's what fucking happens. And what happens is, listen, if you can come after somebody after 21 years, where you're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
What do you do with that?
Everybody.
And it's a verbal thing. I thought it was actually
no. For the 21 years ago was an allegation of physical assault. But I mean, again, what you think I was walking around like do like what do you think I got away with something? You think I'm a psycho? Right. Was I wearing a stocking over my head? What are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah.
There's no way to defend yourself against this insanity. So
you're guilty until it's like guilty until proven innocent.
But every guy that you know who's a comic or every powerful man in Hollywood, everybody is, including a lot of women who have husbands and sons and brothers. Everybody goes, they're terrified. If they can come after me, they can come after anybody. They just can. And that's a terrifying place to be, because every guy goes like this. They go, I dated a crazy, that was a crazy girl in college. I wonder if she's going to,
You should just say something.
Right.
Dude, 21 years later?
Wow. So
are you kidding me? So this is when allegations become weaponized. Yeah. And don't kid yourself. It all goes away. And don't kid yourself. It's about murdering you. This is about murder. This is about, when you talk about canceling people, it's what it really means is we want to make sure you never work again and you're on the street and you can't feed your children, you can't pay your mortgage. It's nothing other than that. It's nothing less than total and absolute devastation. Don't tell me about, if you're a real scumbag, if you're a Harvey Weinstein or a Bill Cosby, yeah, man, I get it. The evidence is too overwhelming. Fuck off. Get out of here. Go to jail. Otherwise, though, if people are getting canceled over a tweet, I'm talking about a tweet. Read the madness of crowds. A tweet. Somebody put, and it was like I didn't think about it. I was fat shaming someone, but I didn't realize it. And you got to save your career sometimes. This is a very dangerous time.
Now, did you have ownership in the show? And how did you?
Yes.
Did you have to sell it or just bounce?
No. I mean, I'm still in it, but it's something that I worry about for my children. I worry about for everyone. This is something that, and I think a lot of people are worried about it. And I think most people can't stand this cancel culture shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I hear. I think as a comic, man, the minute you start kowtowing or giving voice to, people who are offended, you're in deep trouble. So my job is to just keep speaking and it is, you're right. It's very easy to cancel people for something they said, and they were, you are no longer allowed to say what you don't mean, which is, by the way, something called a joke.